One of the most common mistakes developers make is treating the user interface as a passive window into a raw database. When an application simply dumps every available field onto a screen, users freeze. Faced with 40 input forms and completely uncurated data, they struggle to figure out what they actually need to do. A well-designed tool works by distilling that complexity, curating information to guide a user toward a confident, clear decision. To build applications that users actually trust, developers have to stop thinking about displaying data and start mastering the architecture of action. Common UI patterns, forms, tables, dashboards, and workflows operate as functional architectures. Each one exists specifically to originate, select, prioritize, or progress human action. That architecture starts with forms. This is the precise point of origin, the moment where a user first enters or edits data to kick off an action. Because it's the starting point, a form must only ask for what is absolutely necessary. Looking at this breakdown for a lead form, related fields are grouped into logical clusters. Moving down to validation, notice how the error message, "Follow-up date is required," appears directly under the specific field. By keeping validation transparent and clearly indicating safe states, developers provide psychological safety. Users can execute important or even destructive actions because they know the system will catch errors before they become permanent. Once that data exists in the system, users need a way to find and select it. That is the exact purpose of a table, allowing users to scan, filter, and act on structured information. A failing table displays every single column stored in the database, creating instant clutter. A successful table displays only the specific data points, like title and status, that actually help the user make a decision. This best practices list shows exactly what makes that data actionable. Notice the highly visible status tags, open, in progress, blocked, paired with specific row actions like view, edit, or assign. Even when a robust filter yields 0 results, a well-designed table prevents a dead end. The empty state must immediately offer a clear path forward, like a prompt to clear the filters or create a new task. Dashboards take that selected data and prioritize it. A good dashboard exists entirely to answer one critical question: what matters right now? Looking at this comparison, you can see the danger of vanity metrics. A number like total tasks ever created looks impressive but offers 0 help. Instead, the interface surfaces actionable items like blocked tasks. As this section outlines, every key metric must directly highlight a risk and link to an immediate resolution, like connecting high-severity issues to a review report. To keep all of this scannable, the layout relies on strict priority ordering, data grouping, and clear summaries. Without that structure, a dashboard overflowing with charts becomes useless noise. With it, the interface serves as a precise strategic compass for user action. Once an action is prioritized, workflows serve as the engine to progress it, safely driving a complex sequence from an initial requirement all the way to final completion. This workflow guide shows how to maintain momentum. The interface must always explicitly display the current step, like draft, in review, or approved, along with the exact next action required and the assigned owner. If an issue stops that momentum, the workflow must expose the blocker immediately, ensuring that stalled work is highly visible to the entire team. AI integrates into this architecture by streamlining the individual steps. It can pre-populate forms to accelerate the origin of an action, or summarize table rows to make selection faster. But it has a strict boundary. While AI can draft text and suggest next steps, the human user must always retain final approval to ensure accuracy and accountability. This summary of common developer mistakes highlights exactly what undermines user success: hiding workflow blockers, providing confusing form validation, and relying on vanity metrics. When you build forms with too many fields or tables with useless columns, you degrade the interface. It reverts from an active, helpful tool back into a passive, confusing data viewer. Applying the architecture of action creates tools that are clear, focused, and forgiving. The interface fades into the background, leaving only the user's objective. When UI patterns actually respect user goals, teams can navigate complex internal pipelines and client applications rapidly and efficiently. Exceptional product design equips users with the total confidence required to execute and complete real work.